Hey everyone, it is Nicole. I hope you're all doing well. So in order for you to get to know me better, figure out who I am, I figured I would do a question and answer thingy. That's the title of it too. Question and answer thingy, because I don't know what else to call it. So figured I would find some questions and I would answer them for you, and that may help you better get to know me. So the first question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Renee. When I was on YouTube the first time, I went by nicolerenee03, and that was really how I ended all my videos, how I introduced all my videos. Now it's a little different. I just go by Nicole. And there's really no reason why. A lot of people call me Renee. I live in the South, and down here they like to call people by their middle name for whatever reason, but it doesn't matter to me. Number 2, what is your favorite color? So my favorite color is navy blue, and I like to wear it. I like to have it in my house. I like to have it everywhere. For a long time, my favorite color was red. While I still like it, it's definitely not one that I wear anymore at all. And ever since I started dyeing my hair red, I don't wear red because it does not look right. Who was your first best friend? So my first best friend was Jenny. We lived next door from each other. I'm a little over a year older than Jenny. We lived next door to each other for 10 years. We still keep in touch to this day. How tall are you? I am 5'5.5". I was 5'6". Now I've lost half an inch, so whatever that means. I don't know. Maybe I just slouch more. Cats or dogs? Well, is it wrong to say neither? You know, I grew up with cats my whole life. I had cats pretty much until I was about 18 and I moved out. I never had dogs growing up. We got a dog 9 years ago. He's still with us. It's Baxter. You've seen him in a couple of my videos. But honestly, okay, this is what I found. This is my theory on animals. If a person has a dog or a cat before they have children as their own animal, not like they grew up with it and it was their parents and theirs, but it is their animal before they have kids, I think that they develop a love for that animal that is unique. But when someone has kids first and then they have an animal, I feel like that animal will never have that love of that person like the other people do. Does that make sense at all? I found that with pretty much everyone I know who has had animals before kids and who has had animals after kids. So I had kids first. I had my daughter when I was 20, and I did not get my first animal, Baxter, until I was 28. So he's an animal to me. He's a dog. He's annoying. I love him. I will be sad when he passes away, but at the end of the day, it's an animal. I place more value in human beings than animals. I know that probably sounds bad, but that's just how I am. So if my dog needs a surgery and my kid needs a surgery, my kid will win every single time, always. So, you know. How many countries have you visited? Technically, I have visited 3. America, that doesn't count, does it? Technically, I visited 2. One is Canada. That was before you needed passports to get into Canada, so it was 1992. I was only there for probably an hour. We just drove through just to say we went to Canada because we were at the northern portion of Maine camping. It was either on our way home or our way there. We decided to go to Canada, and I have a picture of myself there in front of the duty-free shop. I'll try to put it there if I can find it. And the other country I visited is Nicaragua, and I have visited there 3 times, and I plan on going there again in July. So that is my yearly missions trip that I like to go to. We go there for 10 days, and it is phenomenal. What is your favorite drink? Well, I'm drinking my favorite drink, except it's not my favorite flavor of that drink. So my favorite drink is, oh my gosh, I match my shirt. I'm lame. My favorite drink is LaCroix. My favorite flavor is lemon. And then grapefruit. I could probably name every single one. It's so bad. We have a mini fridge in our porch, in our back porch, and it's full of LaCroix all the time. It's an addiction. But I actually like plain club soda even more. We have a soda stream. We just haven't been using it very often. That's how I get my plain club soda. What is your favorite perfume? I'm gonna date myself. Is probably Coco Chanel. And it's funny because every time I smell it in the store, I'm like, it's okay. but with my chemistry and my pH balance and all of that, it smells amazing. So I don't know what it is with my body chemistry and that smell, but when it's on, it is wonderful. But it's way too expensive and I'm not all about buying all that stuff. I'm actually wearing something from a store called Francesca's and I have it here. It's called the Muse and it smells, oh my gosh, I could just smell it all day long, like all day. So I wear that right now and this was $12, not whatever Coco Chanel is sold for now. I haven't worn it in like 20 years, so who knows, maybe it doesn't even smell good on me anymore. But tea or coffee? Usually coffee, but I do like tea. I drink tea in the English fashion, milk and sugar. I grew up drinking tea all the time, hot tea, because I am from Rhode Island and that is how we generally drink our tea. Coffee I drink literally every single day. I really like Donut Shop from Keurig, which is super weird because it's so, you know, just plain. I have to have good creamer. If I don't have good creamer, I don't want it. What would you or have you named your children? So I already have children. I will not be having any more children. We're done in that stage of life. So I have 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. So I have Kyra, Grace. I have Keaghan, Faith, and Kaleb, James. What is your favorite book? I don't know how to answer this because like, it's the same like, what is your favorite movie? Is it the movie that impacted you or the movie you could watch over and over again? Or the book that I've read the most is Trumpet of the Swan by E.B. White. I've read that probably 12 to 15 times. Not recently, but when I was a kid. That was the book that kept me from thinking about how crappy my life was when I was a kid, to put it plainly for you. I read it a lot. Now as an adult, my favorite book, I mean, obviously the Bible. I don't know. I would say the book that impacted me the most is Boundaries, and I know I've talked about it before. I've actually linked it before in one of my videos, so that book impacted me the most for sure. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? So I wasn't going to originally ask this question of myself and then answer it, but I wanted to bring this up, so I figured this was a good way to do so. So when I was here 8 years ago, there was a community of YouTubers. It was easy to get involved in that community. I remember having conversations with lots of different YouTubers, some who are actually still popular now, some who have faded away and, you know, don't upload anymore. But I found now that the community is very segmented. So back 8 years ago, you had just this group of people who were on YouTube and just trying this thing out by uploading their own face to YouTube. But now it's very segmented where you have your beauty gurus, you have your comedian people, you have your vloggers, you have your prank people, like very segmented. So I found that it's hard to find specific YouTubers within those that don't just focus on that one thing. Now, I know a lot of people say you need to find your niche on YouTube and just really go for that. So like for me, I've already seen that if I wanted to have a lot of followers and have a lot of views, I would just stick with wish hauls, because all 3 of my wish haul videos have more views and more likes and more comments than any of my other videos. But I don't want to do just that. I want to do more things. I want to do different things, because I am not just somebody who buys stuff from a cheap website and then shows you. You know, there's more to me. You know, I have more dimension than that, which I'm not saying if that's all you do, that's bad. That's totally fine. It's totally cool. You do you. So anyway, so my favorite YouTubers, right now I'm still kind of trying to find YouTubers to really watch. So I'm not going to name any names because I just don't want to. Are you single or taken? Very taken. I've been married for 13 years and we have been together for almost 18 years. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have a brother and a sister. My brother is 31 and my sister is 20, so there's a big gap between all of us. How would you describe your fashion sense? Comfortable, comfortable, and comfortable. Oh, and comfortable. PC or Mac? I am Mac 100% all the way. Everything. When I decided to make the change from PC to Apple, it took me like 3 hours. I was in Best Buy for 3 full hours going back and forth on what I wanted to do. So Apple all the way. Tell us one of your bad habits. One of my bad habits is junk food. I don't know how to tell myself no. So I would say that if there is a bag of chips in my pantry, I could sit down and eat the entire thing. No joke, no problem, not even kind of full. I have a huge appetite. Like, my husband is 6'4" and I could out eat him almost every time. It's so embarrassing, but I don't know. I've always had a big appetite my whole life. When I was 100 pounds, it was like, oh my gosh, look at the skinny little girl who can eat a lot. Now it's like, hey, maybe you should stop. Which female celebrity do you wish was your sister? I would have to say Jennifer Lawrence, because she's freaking hilarious and super real. We don't agree on a lot of things, but I think she would be a hoot. What is the name of your favorite restaurant? So my favorite chain restaurant is the Cheesecake Factory, and that's just because they have so much to choose from. I know that's like a terrible answer, but I really like variety at my restaurants. I don't like sitting down at those super fancy places and there's 3 options and they all probably have cheese, and I don't like cheese. And at the fancy places you can't say no cheese please, because then you're, changing their masterpiece. So my favorite non-chain restaurant. So there is a sandwich place in Concord, North Carolina called Two Gals, and they have my favorite sandwich. It's amazing. So that's probably my favorite non-chain restaurant. Super casual, but really, really good food. What religion will you raise your children to practice? So I am a Christian. My husband is also a Christian. He is a licensed minister. I will be one as soon as I can schedule my interview. I just keep pushing it off because I have to do a lot of studying before that. So at some point I will be a licensed minister as well. So our children are being raised as Christians. Neither my husband nor myself were raised as Christians, so we're kind of learning as we go to be Christian parents and raise Christian children. What was your favorite TV show as a child? Hands down, Punky Brewster all the way. What is your favorite candle scent? Let me tell you which ones I don't like. I don't like vanilla by itself. So vanilla with lilac, vanilla with almond, with anything else is fine. Vanilla by itself, ugh, make me want to puke. If you have a nickname, what is it? So my nickname is Cole. My family calls me Cole. Some people at work call me Cole because we have another employee named Nicole there as well. Some of my friends call me Cole. It just depends on how long I've known them and how. It's funny because the friends that I have that call me Cole are the ones who are around my husband more than other friends, because he calls me Cole. And when he calls me Nicole, I feel like I'm in trouble. Just like when I call him Christopher. When I say Christopher, that means he's in trouble, which not really in trouble, but you know what I mean. How many times have you been to the hospital? 4, 5, 6, okay, a lot. I've never stayed overnight in a hospital except when I had children. I've been to the hospital numerous times with car accidents and with, being struck by lightning. What is the last compliment you got? So at church last week, somebody there asked me about my eyebrows because they said they really, really liked how I did my eyebrows. I consider that a compliment because, I do them. They're not just slapped on my face. I do stuff to them. Although today they look a little uneven. This one looks darker than this one, so I don't know what's going on there. That is where I'm gonna end because I could go all day. I have so many different questions on here. So I don't know if that helped you or you've already clicked off because you were bored to death. So I hope everybody has a good day, and if you want me to answer any more questions, feel free to add a comment below and subscribe if you want to. If not, that's okay too. All right, bye guys, whatever.